Welcome to part 3. In this volume of the series, we will be addressing the more advanced movements with the karambit. In this section, we will be working escapes with the karambit. For example, if the left hand is extended and being grabbed, all she has to do is turn the palm up and place the karambit under, separating the two. Okay, let's take a look at that again. Let's look at that from a different angle. Switch positions. Karambit escape number 2. Assuming an example of a double hand grab to the throat, she simply extends forward and cuts into the groin area. Karambit escape number 2B. Extending to a double hand throat grab, she can push up, still in retracted position, to the throat. Let's take another look at that. Okay, one more time. Karambit escape number 3. With an opponent's left hand on her shoulder, hugging close to the body, imminent danger of her life, she thrusts down with the hammer fist and then up in a forward motion. Let's take another look at that, going from the hammer fist to the upward motion. And one more time. Karambit escape number 4. From an arm headlock, she'll place her knee behind his knee and pull up with the karambit. Okay, now we'll take a look at that from behind. Watch the position of her knee pressing in at the same time the karambit comes up. Now let's reposition to the side. From an arm lock where he's got her in too much pressure where she cannot reach the groin, she can simply raise her hand and pull back, hooking from extended position. Let's take a look at that again. She's in such a position that she can't reach the groin, but if she just reaches up, pulls back with the karambit. Extended position. Karambit escape number 5. From a double arm bear hug from behind, even lifted off the ground, she just looks for that finger and pries it out with the tip. Let's take a look at that again. Karambit escape number 6. Double arm bear hug from behind, under the arms. She reaches up, takes the fingers off, and hammer fist to the groin, cutting up against the side of the head. Let's take a look at that again. And one more time. One of the more advanced applications with the Karambit is what is known as kunchis, K-U-N-C-I, kunchi, which means lock, or in some dialects means key. And we've seen these before in other forms of art, where you have wrist locks, such as this, or wrist locks, such as this, or say shoulder locks, or finger locks. These are known as kunchis, or locks. So the same principles can be applied with the Karambit. As we had discovered in our previous studies, it can be applied to the Karambit with proper placement and movement of the body. Our primary objective, remember, is to get out of the way of the incoming strike. So, for example, we're going to begin with our Juru, our open hand movement. Using Chamandi number 1, come to the inside as your body moves out this way. This hand comes up, the other hand comes out. We'll do that again. 1, 2. One last time. Comes out. Okay, applied with our partner, the same body position. Hand comes up. This locks under the arm. As your body turns, you lock to the high line. Okay, let's take a look at that from a different direction. You come in with Chamandi number 1. This hand goes over and ends up weaving under the arm as the opposite hand comes high to the side of the face. If we're working with our training partner with a Karambit and he's working with a training knife in a slow and controlled manner coming towards the center line, moving to the outside, 4 fingers on the base of the thumb, strip. As you come up under the arm, lock up, and then the hand over. So the blade and the hand are pointing in the same direction. Your weight is forward, causing him to be off balance. Let's take a look at that from another angle. Coming to the outside, 4 fingers base of the thumb, strip. Blade comes under. As you step forward, this locks up under the arm, which ties his arm up. Your second hand, as the blade comes up, goes behind the blade for safety and turn so that he's off balance. Notice that the direction of the palm is up and the blade and tip and edge are pointing in the same direction. The second kunchi in this series is very similar, except that when you do your movement, the lead hand will go under first and the top hand over. Okay, we'll try that again. The drew again for this one. Lead hand goes under, top hand over. Back again. Lead hand under, top hand over. We'll face our partner. Same movement as he comes in. Now the lead hand goes over and top hand is under. Take that again from the same position. 1, lead hand is under, top hand is over. Now working with our partner with his training tool, and I'm with a training karambit. When the strike comes in, remember we're still coming to the outside and strip on the high line. As this comes over, you're locking for security with the karambit as you come under with your lead hand. This blade still stays into position. As you come around, you position yourself so that he's at his weakest point. This can also be applied on the high line attack. If he's coming from a backhander, you lock him to position. 4 fingers, base of the thumb, and strip. Your lead hand goes over. Remember to keep the blade locked under so as to check it from moving forward or out into your body. As you progress across, lock yourself into a position where your body weight, again, the blade is in front of the lead foot, keeping him off balance. From a high line strike, if you bring your body forward, you can lock the top hand under as you come around, pivot the body. Try that again. High line strike and block. Lead hand comes under as you step across and pivot your body. Okay, with your partner, on a high line slash to the head, that same thing we did earlier, palm comes down. Remember that motion of turning like a cam against the hand. The same hand comes under and the opposite hand grabs. You have a double arm lock. That's a very difficult takedown because the back of his head has no way to break the fall. Okay, one more time from that same position on the high line. Block, back of the hand, turn. The same hand goes over and shoots under. Second hand grabs and secures on the bicep. Now facing our partner, if he's using his training tool and I'm using the training karambit, coming in on the high line, again, approach it from the same angle. Bottom hand's pushing up, right hand's pushing down. 4 fingers base of the thumb, do your strip in a controlled manner. As you come under, lock out and push so as to lock with the karambit. Be careful not to do one of these. Make sure it's the hand above or the hand below. We're going to take that one more time. As it comes up on the high line, come to the outside, 4 fingers base of the thumb, strip. As you come through, extend the karambit forward, weave into the back arm, and take down. Now we'll take that again from the high line. Left hand comes up, top hand comes down. 4 fingers base of the thumb, and strip. Extend as you come across, going under the arm. When you come out, this weaves through and locks into position. Left hand comes up, top hand comes down. 4 fingers base of the thumb, and strip. Extend as you come across, going under the arm. When you come out, this weaves through and locks into position. On this particular series, you'll be entering from the inside. Remember from our prior training that we call this shabandar, the masuk from the inside, shabandar. As you come in, the lead foot comes out, the lead hand comes out. you're changing positions with the hand and positioning your body to the outside. Okay, we'll take that again. Siap andar, entry, masuk, pushing down. As you come around, lock into position. Now, facing our training partner with a inside strike from the high line, checking the second hand and coming under. As you come over, lock the hand into position and come down. This then falls into the arm and locks on this position. Okay, we'll take that again. Siap andar, entry on the inside and break. This comes outside. Position the body. Remember, it's almost like you're sitting in a chair. As opposed to arm strength, sit in your chair. Then this falls down in and grab on to the top of the arm. Facing our partner with our training tools, again striking from the high line, siap andar entry, checking the hand and lock. Come to the outside like we did before, 4 fingers base of the thumb and strip. Lock into position. As it gets pulled into the crook of your arm, again using your body weight to come down on the arm and lock it into position. Let's take a look at that from this angle. Inside check, come up, comes around, 4 fingers base of the thumb and strip. This locks, pushing up and let it fall literally into the crook of your arm and lock it in position. Raise this arm up, use your body weight to sit down and grab hold or secure on the bicep. Another way you can handle this, second part of this drill, is same exact entry as you come in to check the hand and control the arm. As you come up, 4 fingers base of the thumb, push down and away. Let's analyze this piece, which is the crux of the technique. As you come in, remember this causes minor medical discomfort. As you come up, on the outside, it is the blade which controls the hand from coming back at you. Let the blade pass first before you assume the grip. You want to avoid this, covering your own hand. Make sure the blade goes first, then 4 fingers base of the thumb. As you enter, use the karambit to assist in pulling towards the crook of your arm. As you come over, lock the elbow using your body weight down and check. Okay? So the second element we're going to add, part 2, coming on the inside, lock, coming up, using the blade, 4 fingers base of the thumb. Again, use the karambit to bring it into the crux of the arm. Coming down and locking. Here, if you continue your motion, that hip bone becomes available like we saw a little bit earlier in our training. As you step forward, causes tremendous discomfort on the arm. Let's take a look at that from a different angle. Inside, lock. As you come around, 4 fingers base of the thumb and strip. Use the karambit to come up and drop it in the base of the arm. Your body then falls down on the bicep and your hook extends into the hip on the low line, maintaining control of the body as you come to the outside. A third element to that same technique is when he comes in on the high line, you're occupying center using siap andar. As you come up, 4 fingers base, come up and lock it into position. Let it fall into the crook of your arm and body weight down and lock. Here you can extend the karambit into the knee and pulling gently to the ground so as not to cause too much stress on your partner and maintain your grip back into the retracted position. Coming from the high line, inside, position up under and pass. 4 fingers base of the thumb and strip. Use the karambit to assist in the placement into the crook of your arm and come down with the tricep secure. Here, extend to extended position, insert into the knee, use your body weight to do the takedown, being careful not to put additional stress onto your partner. reposition the karambit into the retracted position. The only option from here is if he tries to kick, you have recourse. In Series 3, we'll take a look at low line defenses. Again, breaking our elevation, we want to drop to the low line with proper timing and proper positioning, remembering to place our body in such a situation where we will not be able to be reached by the extended edged weapon. Again, facing our training partner, he'll be using his training tool and I'll be using the training karambit. He'll be coming in from a midline thrust, coming to the outside and strip. Here the lead leg will come around and wrap, and the rear leg will come under and take down. Let's take another look at that a little bit closer. From this angle, thrust comes in, come to the outside and strip. As you come down, secure the foot and the karambit in the same position. As you push yourself towards the ground, put the hand down for support and wrap the leg first and then weave, using the karambit to assist in the takedown. A second version of that is what's known as harimau, or the newer harimau. The same position, he comes in the midline, come to the outside and strip. You'll be placing your foot and using the retracted with the knee and the foot for the takedown. Let's take a closer look at that. Again, from the extension, do the strip. The lead foot will place on the side. You use the retracted position and come down. A second aspect of this low line defense, or harimau position, is if he slashes in a slow and controlled manner to the high line, you're going to be coming up the same thing like we did earlier, palm against the elbow. So from this position, if our partner is using the training knife, he's coming in from the high line, lock into position, 4 fingers base of the thumb, and strip. Lock the foot. This time extend, use your extension to hook the knee and take down. Okay, let's take a better look at that on this angle. As your partner comes in the high line, up and 4 fingers base and strip. On the way down, step and extend at the same exact time. When you hit the ground, your body weight is pulling the karambit into the knee. At the same time, extend your motion and put your leg up for safety. Just in case that other leg may come at you, this foot is up for protection. If you manage to get the strip, and let's say you mistimed your extension and you missed, you still have the second leg for backup, just in case. Let's take a look at that from a different angle. Again, on the high line, 4 fingers strip. As you come down, you miss with the karambit. However, you have your second leg as backup. We're working with our partner in this section. Again, another attack from the high line. Coming up, 4 fingers strip. As you come down and extend, locking. However, his counter may be to step forward, in which case you lock the leg and step with the karambit and your foot to do the takedown. Let's take a look at that from a different angle. We'll go this way. Again, on the high line, block and strip. As you lock down, he steps forward, you block with the opposite foot and go palm up against the back of the leg. Here you can lock your own foot against the back of the handle of the karambit for the takedown. Securing again with the foot, and just in case he may try and kick with the opposite foot. Section 4, Advanced Options. In this section, we're going to be addressing a little bit more advanced movement of the kunchis using the karambit. From a high line position on the inside, remember this is our shabandar. You're coming up to do the strip on the inside, using the karambit under to hook and take down, keeping the leg close against the arm. The Indonesian term for this is lilit, lilit meaning a tight wrap. Okay, let's take a look at that from a different angle. Your your entry is on the inside, shabandar. As you come up, 4 fingers strip, continue your motion around and lock up under the leg, pressing down, locking the foot close to the arm. A second option on this technique is same entry, same strip, continue your motion and lock, place on the shoulder and take down. If, however, you'd like to go to submission on this, you can bring your shin gently against the back of the neck and point the knees in separate directions, causing intense stress on the side of the neck. Okay, let's take a look at that from a different direction. Same entry, come to the outside strip, continue your motion up under the leg and lock. As he goes down, slowly bring the shin to the back of the neck, point the knees forward and separate. A third option from this position, from Shabandar Masuk, come up, slowly come down to your disarm and continue your motion around and lock to the takedown. Let's say that this has no effect, his pain tolerance is very high. You would raise the leg up and over so he's locked to the ground. This position puts tremendous stress on the elbow and the shoulder. Let's take a look at that from a different angle. Step with the rear leg, take this foot, hooking the toes over the armpit and locking him into position. Be very careful with your partner so you don't damage the arm. Here you have good control by pinning his shoulder to the ground. A fourth and final option on this section, section 4, begins from the same entry, Shabandar. Coming up under, doing the strip, continuing your motion and locking up under the leg to the takedown. Remember our first option. If you choose to submit and this has no effect, then place the foot above the head and turn the body over for placement. Remember to be very careful with your partner because this puts a tremendous amount of strain on the arm. Let's say this still doesn't, you're not quite pleased with this position. You can reach up, grab up under the arm, and lock with the second leg to a more negotiable situation. Let's take a look at that from a different angle. Same entry, come up on the inside, strip, continue your motion to a lock and down. Remember your first option is lilit. Your second option is if you choose to do the submission, may or may not go. Third option, step above the head and lock the body down. Remember to be careful with your partner's shoulders, they're very delicate. Take the extended hand, keep the karambit in your center, hook the elbow and then the leg. Come back to place him in a more negotiable position. Thank you for joining me for part 3. Additionally, we'd like to extend our sincere appreciation to the modern masters of edge weapons for their immense pool of knowledge from which this body of information was derived for self-defense application. Guru Dan Inosanto, Guru Besar Herman Sawanda, Bapak Suherman.
Since 1984, I&I Sports has featured the largest selection of paintball equipment, martial arts supplies, boxing gear, and custom knives. And with discounts from 10 to 60% off, there's no reason to shop anywhere else. So stop by or call us today. Visit any of our 3 Southern California locations 7 days a week, with stores to serve you in West LA, City of Industry, and Carson, or call 310-715-6800. I&I Sports, we've got what you need.